Welcome to this series where we are taking a look at the 7.5 update for Farthest Frontier. In the last part, we had our first raid, and I have to admit, it came as a little bit of a shock because my whole defensive strategy was on building a strong outer wall. But the fact that the raiders came in and went straight for our area here and stole some gold has triggered the fact that I've had to build a vault, and that event has actually caused me to rethink my defensive strategy. And I think possibly if I was doing this town again, I would plan a central citadel, maybe not with the town center, but certainly with the trading post and a vault, and maybe enough room to have two vaults as well, and maybe other key buildings in the center here. And then what I probably would want to do, and I'm going to follow up with that anyway, is put some towers around it to work with the city center to defend this. And then what I would probably do then is go for a series of ring defenses. And also I'd like to say a big thank you for your comments and feedback, because somebody actually mentioned that if you press the bell here, all it does is it brings in 10 villagers in here to act as a garrison. And that kind of opens up another possible point of view, that what we may need to do is have section defenses, so that because obviously the raiders are probably going to come in and through a main road. So what we may need to do is funnel raiders into areas and also isolate other areas, especially probably the residential areas, so that the raiders will, if they follow their tactic, will then charge in and get into here. And of course, as a consequence of that, we are building the barracks. Now, the key focus of this part is going to be trying to upgrade our town centre to tier 3, because I think I was looking at this, and I think the key buildings we need to get is the preservist and the cheesemaker. Plus, there's also some key buildings here, which is going to make mining worthwhile. Oh, apologies if you hear the occasional rumble and crash in the background. Is that not right next to me, but just across the road. They are demolishing some old buildings, so occasionally we get a bit of a thump as they push over walls and drag something particularly heavy down. So apologies for that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, just got a whole list there. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned fields, and also what we've got here is we've got our first compost that's ready to spread. And I think the way you let me just see it, is it, can't remember now, I think you click on here, then it gives us the amount we can spread. So kind of looking to improve fertility, so we're going to add compost to there. And I'm not sure if I don't think we can add any more, can we? No. So we just, because one thing I've noticed is that this is filling up. So I think and I was looking at here is we're getting the waste building up, and I'm starting to wonder whether this compost yard is big enough. So we're going to need to keep an eye on that. And of course, another thing I want to do is look at some rats. Anyway, back to what you guys were suggesting. You can see that I'm a little bit over the top now with respect to my crops. I think this one's okay. We got rid of most of the weeds. And what I want to do is work on fertility. So we're going to remove these. And what I'm hoping to do is possibly get, this is frost torrents, get maybe peas and beans in here, because we've got to improve our food production. So we're going to start by going through and maybe changing this. The fertility is pretty good. The weed level's a bit high, so we need to keep these guys in. But what I'm looking to do is put something in here that might have quite a lot of weed suppression. We got buckwheat here, but the buckwheat does have a -2 impact on fertility. So what I'm hoping is rockiness, heat tolerance, weed suppression. I'm looking for things that may actually, we're not really going to get something particularly brilliant. So what I'm going to do, that's got absolutely 0 weed suppression, which is a bit surprising because beans, yeah, so I'm kind of going in like that, but we can't put anything else in there. So this is good. This replenishes fertility. What I'm kind of what I might do is remove you and put you in there, because these reduce the weeds, which is what we got to a target, but we get 2 crops from that there. This one, again, I think we probably could get rid of this because we've kind of flattened all the weeds from here now. And we've got crops, beans. Again, I still want to keep working on the fertility, but then the other thing is, somebody pointed out, I need to read these tooltips a bit more carefully. And what I would like to do, this actually affects fertility, but we got a reasonable no, I think we're put in, because this, what's the effect on fertility here? Yeah, this is quite heavy on fertility, so I want to get into a cycle where if we put peas in, and maybe with some turnips just behind to give us something that will, I think, is that's got good frost tolerance. This one I'm quite happy with. I'm kind of, actually I might take you out and put in some of that so we can get these weeds and rockiness down a bit more. Now in these fields here, we got a new field over here that's to come online. We've virtually eradicated the weeds and rockiness, so we're going to remove you and remove you. But what I wouldn't mind doing is can't put anything else in there, so we're going to remove you, and we're going to put beans in. Where's it? Cabbages, heat tolerance, frost tolerance, rocky resilience, weed suppression. 3 out of 10. The weed suppression is good, so I'm going to put some cabbages in there so we get a good crop from there. But what I'm going to do is take this out, and I'm going to put that in there, but we can't get a second one in there. So because what I do want to do is keep the rye in here. Now somebody did say about is it buckwheat? Where's the buckwheat? This is the buckwheat there. And then again, we've now kind of eradicated this, so I'm going to take out these guys. I think they're very much over the top now. I'm kind of thinking if I can take out that, put that in there, can we get some wheat here which is slightly frost tolerant, that or is the buckwheat a bit better? Rye is, well, we got rye, so I'm going to remove you and put the, so the buckwheat is, we're going to put rye in there because it is more frost tolerant. And then we're going to remove you, and we're going to put in, again, I just want to keep the fertility high, because these are these will degrade the fertility quite quickly. And again, I think maybe we're take out you, put in that one there, and I would like maybe some peas in there, and then we'll take out you, and we'll put beans in there. We can't put in there, so we'll get beans, peas, rye on that field there. And then this field, we're still, we've eradicated the weeds, so we've got that there. Move you. We're going to put in a fertility crop there, so just clear them all out here. I mean, these are winter. Well, you could call it winter because you can't grow in winter, but the idea is that you have a crop that improves fertility for the winter, and then it's ploughed back in. I think so. I have some cabbages. How damaging is cabbages to fertility? -4. It's a bit intense, I think, because we do need to keep this fertility up high. Again, I think we'll have these. That's good heat tolerance. And then maybe we'll have something like that. No, don't want that. Cancel, sorry. Cancel these, that, and then we'll have that and beans, so that this will restore the fertility before we get round to there, which is the way that the 3 crop rotation works. What you really should have is a fallow year if you implement it properly. Right, now we're going to get to the reason why the game is on pause, and the reason for that is we need 20 iron, and we've got a trader here who is prepared to sell me some iron, which is here. We need 20, so we're just going to buy this as a matter of priority. In fact, we'll buy 23. We're going to transfer, and then I think we got another trader coming in, but I think I've sold. We can sell some stuff here. Candles. So sell the candles. Sell some baskets, because of course we're going to need the money. But here, what we got here? Okay, we sold the candles, sorry. And we've got 10 bars of soap that we can sell as well. And I think that's about it. So we're just gonna, got the second trader in now. Right, we got 21 coats we can sell. Oh, clothes, actually that is, not clothes. We got 58 stone, so we'll just sell that. Got 93 honey. That should kind of almost wipes them out. And what I'm looking for is cattle. I think somebody pointed out in the comments that these traders are specific to individual people. Individual products, sorry, not people. So that's something we're going to need to consider. The game's wandering off a little bit here. Got quite a lot of wheat, and what I'm doing over here is building. We built another storehouse here, and so that's good. We are now building up our gold reserve here. How much money we got? We've got 3,000 odd in there. We got 631. What I want to do is transfer enough over to do the tier upgrade. And we should be good. I am a little bit worried about the waste build up here. And I'm starting to wonder whether this compost heap can actually keep up with that, and maybe we need to build another compost heap. The other thing I would like to do is get maybe another potter in, because we are getting a little bit of a surplus of clay here. So we want to get that going as well. So now I have extended the fence perimeter here. So I've now finished off the planning for the palisade out across here to here. Of course, we're going to get it built, but what I would like to do, if possible, is, well, we know there's a lake. We know there's a lake there. I want to kind of explore a little bit out here, because we've got the lake down here. And what I'm hoping is that this lake here will join with this lake, so we might be able to build another defensive wall across through this area here. And another area I'd like to explore is out here. I don't want to go too far, but because we got potential for some deer here. And whoops, sorry. And what I'd like to do is get the hunter out here. because the deer are becoming a real plague for this map. They seem to be everywhere. You can see they come in from this side here. So another thing I'm considering is we're going to put a fence. Is that the right way around? I think that typhoid attacks are due to the fact that we're not removing the waste. And oops. What I want to do is kind of push this out. Originally I wasn't going to planning on enclosing these fields, but I think we got no choice with these deer here. We just need to get it built now. Oh, that's one thing I do want to look at these traders again. Sorry. Is trader 1. That's it. We got some crude weapons. I wouldn't mind. We got 2,000 odd. They're selling far below average, so I want to get maybe about 14 cruise weapons, buy and transfer. And the other thing also is I've noticed that I don't seem to have any tools. Oh, I've also changed this bar and put the filter on. I think this makes it a bit easier to see what's going on. And I'm working on the assumption that tools are something that you need, and you can see this one's actually below average. I was looking at this before we go, so what I want to do is get kind of a nice pile of tools in as well. Yeah, I nearly forgot to do that. Now the next thing I was looking at, the reason I keep saying the next thing is the fact that I'm looking at a checklist. Is this rat catcher? Because well, I've kind of clicked that a little bit quick. It says especially needed around buildings that store grain. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put a rat catcher in here, and this store is now open, finished. And well, I don't want to store flour in here because I think I've got a problem here with respect to things. Needs to be repaired. Okay. Okay, well, just repair that. It gets me the fact that these guys just seem to drop things in the middle of nowhere, and I do wonder whether that is a storage issue. But oh, so we got typhoid here, and the waste is still building up. I'm very worried about that. Oops, see, it says compost ready to be spread. So, there's pending compost, add compost. So what I'm going to do, we need a couple of soldiers in here, but they're not going to get very sophisticated weapons, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I am thinking, well, is this storage? I can't remember where the compost is. Let me just see. I'm thinking another compost down here, where if the raiders come, we'll bash them up. I think we can afford it. We're making a reasonable profit at the moment, but at the same time I don't want to build too much. I'd like to put a tower in here. In fact, I think we're going to suspend the rat catcher so that we can get the tier level upgrade. Okay, we got no arrows, so what's up with this? Where's the Fletcher? Here, we got 2 of them working on it. I do wonder whether we need to make some more bows, or whether it just takes a little while for things to work their way through. I think one of them's now left. Yep, so we've only got crude weapons, but and they've left as well, so that's okay. Oops. Just push the speed up a little bit. Seven villagers graduated. We probably need to think. Oh, the other thing I also want to look at is a well. Got a well there, but actually, yep, sorry. I want to remove that because I fancy putting another entrance, a palisade entrance in here, and then so that workers from here can go straight out into this area. Because eventually, what we might do is have another accommodation area here, and back to the well. We got a pretty good percentage there. So what I'm kind of thinking is that's 66% on that side. I'm going to put a well down in there. Now, work camps. Somebody suggested that I'm maybe not be using the work camps as well as I should do, and that's probably correct. I think I did okay with the work camp here, and I did put a work camp down here. Where is it? But I don't think it's really as efficient as it should be. But what I'm going to do is we're going to get them chopping out these trees here, and possibly what I might do. Oh, what we got here? So we got a lake there, and we got the lake there. But we could put a defensive wall across here like that. I think that will work. Then it means if we get any raiders coming from this direction, they will have an outer ring wall here that we can deal with them. Out here, we just got some more willow, other bits and pieces. That's okay. One thing I have done here is I've built this palisade, and I'm going to remove this because then it will mean that the grazing which I can set here will be completely within the walls with just the road through the center of it. So that's something else we're going to be thinking about. Compost this year. So, sorry. Yeah, I think we need a second composty guy here. Crops lost due to heat stress, and we do need some more housing. So, oops, we got here. Well, we definitely need more housing now. Gonna bring those in, and I think what we're going to do is create a row of housing across the back here. Possibly one there. And possibly put another one there. Now, one thing I'm concerned a little bit about is the rat catcher. We need to switch you on. We don't have enough. What's going on here? Do I have enough? I think we're going to get some more people in the saw pits. For some reason the game wants to keep flipping the storehouse. Yeah, I think I need to focus on getting that. Crops ready for assignment. Okay. Right, this one we're gonna have to go all out. Again, we're gonna bash the weeds with a bit of fertility this year. Then this year we're go beans, and then this year that's it. Beans are heat tolerant. Yep. So we're just going to go like that just to get the initial fertility up as well. I want to get that built. Now we're going to think about defenses. So we got an overlap there. What I'm thinking is if we can get, say, a tower just about here, what that would do is actually maybe I can pull it back a little bit. So we're going to get, that would give us overlapping fields of fire over the trade center and the vault. So like that. Then again, if I put it there, we'll get a +2. I think we're going to put power just in there. I'm a little bit worried about the cost, but another reason for pushing for the tier 3 here is that what I want to build in this area is my foundry and my blacksmith, which means that another thing we're going to need to look for is these deer. Crop disease. We got root, not crop. But that's okay. We can live with that. Just checking. Where's my forager? Why are you? I want you up here picking those medicinals, and so if we can get you like covering that area there. As well. Because I think I'd like to move this hunter as well. But we've got a hunter out here. How are we doing for food? Let me just see. We've got 13 months of food, which is consumed, spoiled, and grain, consumed, spoiled, vegetables. So our fruit is the biggest problem area. Population, yep. And we've got, I get a feeling that we really need another smokehouse, but then because we're not really turning the raw stuff into preserved food. Sorry, brain faded a little bit there. I'm going to put another smokehouse in, I think. And I think we put one down in this area. We got a smokehouse here. Well, we got homes. Oops, no. We got, actually, maybe I need to put another smokehouse just in here. It's a little bit closer to. Just going to rotate you around. Put you there. Wow, this been built this. I'm getting a bit of a flip. So how am I doing now? Got 27, 27, 42, 38, 27. So we got a little bit of cash to spend. We've got another compost yard there. How are we doing now? So we're actually clearing the waste out, which is good. I hope. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. We've got a little bit of waste here. This is a potential problem, but nothing too concerning. The other thing I wouldn't mind is getting how much pottery are we producing? Let me just see. We've got 158 pottery, 23 clothes. We've got more wax. We've got the soap maker. How much tallow have we got? Is it tallow? Sorry. We've got tallow. We've got gold ingots. We've got flour. Now, one of my big questions, and maybe some of you guys might be able to answer it, is the fact that I need to get a feeling of how this ratio will work with respect to our, see, like here we've used up all our grain, but we've got a pile of flour. So it's the ratio between how much crops we got, how much we can store, how much the mill can produce. It says it produces 10 hours and it says work rate 100%. We got flour in here, we got some wheat, but I get the impression that we're not, how can you say, we're not, the bakery is not producing enough bread. In fact, let me just here, killed by predators, sorry about that. So we got 259 bread, but I'm just wondering what that spoilage is like, if that makes sense, because I don't see the point in making 2 bakeries producing lots and lots of bread, because flour will keep longer than bread. And what we could do is actually sell the stuff. Let me just take a look here. I wish there was a way that you could scale these inventories down a bit. So we got, maybe we can push the soap up a little bit more, say to 12. Got 23 clothes there. Maybe we can push you up to say 25. I just don't want to dump everything into trading and then our residents run out of stuff. I think the pottery we can certainly possibly go to 100. Anything else here? Somebody did suggest selling the iron ore, but at the moment, because we're so close to the next tier level. And what we got here, tallow. I don't want to sell tallow. We've got some weapons. I know they're only crude weapons. We've got medicinal herbs. I don't know what we'd get for those. I don't know whether they would perish if they were inside. Because what I prefer to do is get the higher value items. Shoot, cobblers looks like it might be a bit of an issue with the cobbler because he's not filling up stuff. I can't remember where is the cobbler. How many skins have we got in our? We just see we've got 27 skins, but skins are also used for coats. I don't think we're going to do that. Actually, clicking on that road's just reminded me I need to start. We've got a pile of stones, so we're going to do a bit of an upgrade that way. And I feel that we need to upgrade this road here as well. So maybe we'll go into a bit of a cycle upgrading our roads. That's upgrading. Oops, sorry. We'll upgrade you. Certainly want to upgrade you. And upgrade you out to there. Because that will bring in more stuff a lot quicker. Okay. Now the next thing is wagons. And we're going to return to the subject of closing doors. So I've got a feeling we need another wagon maker. And and there's nothing out here. But part of me says maybe we need a wagon maker or something down here. In fact, I'm going to put a road across to. I don't want to connect to that road. I want to. Bring the road down a little bit closer to that wagon. Sorry. And then what I'd like to do is push a road across. Predator sighted, villager attacked by predator. And I think what we'd like to do is get another wagon wagon on this corner like that. And then hopefully that wagon will service this area here. Okay, we've got 12 months of food. Right, we're getting very close now to building that. We've still got a little bit of sanitation problems in here. And we really need to start trying to improve our area here. Just curiosity, amenities. Will the rat catcher improve things a little bit? Maybe if we put a rat catcher in, or maybe it'd just be better to put a bit of decor in. I think I can get. Okay, we're not going to get anything in with that. How are we doing person-wise? Okay, we're down. We're short one miner. We don't have enough people carrying at the moment. That's not good. Why am I at half speed? Again, we got. It's almost like what happens is these people, they get to a certain point, and then if they need to go home, they just drop whatever they're doing and just leave it on the roadside. And I suppose this is a good indication that we don't have enough people picking stuff up. He's just come out now and picked up. Maybe I'm just getting a little bit over the top with some of my other stuff. Just want to check again. Sorry, I keep looking at this. We got 196 arrows, 30 bows. I think what we might... Where's the Fletcher again? We have got a lot of money piled up. I must admit, I'm starting to kind of wonder what to do with this cart. I don't know if I picked up an annoying... I'm kind of inclined now to bring the cart out to about here so that he can act as a kind of overflow. Well, we're not going to have many weapons in here. We've got 380 gold stashed in here. Let me just see. I've kind of got a bit of an obsession with the rat catcher. Can't get him in there. But then we got this house here that's part of the original. I think what we're going to do is relocate you possibly out here. Whoops, predator sighted. Where's that? Oops, resume. So we got predators out here. Can't find anyone. This is a wolf. Okay. Maybe let's have a look at people again. I mean, I'd like to put in a field, but this predator. Get out here and get rid of him. Wait. Oops. Okay, that was a bit of a mistake, but right, we've got lost spoilage. I'm kind of wondering. Oops. This is starting to annoy me a little bit. New traveling merchant arrived. Okay. I want some cattle. No, we're not going to get any cattle. We just see what the prices are. Actually, we've got to start paying a little bit. This is an average price. This is an average price. And he's selling below average. Selling above average, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to sell those for a little bit of cash. What else have you got here? You've got some grain. I think we've got enough grain in storage, haven't we? No, we haven't. We've got so much flour we don't know what to do with it anyway. So right. I missed that. Sorry about this. Kick the upgrade. Get the wagon shop built. What are we doing? 36 and 31. We've got a little bit more slack from respect to putting another tower in. And again, it looks like it's going to take a long time here. Okay. Does that mean we've got a second one, or is that just telling me that the first one's still here? Yep. Okay. That's good. Right, we've got the surplus now of workers. Village attacked by a predator. Where are you? Right, we got... I'm just wondering... Is that... No, we've still only got the one trader. I'm kind of thinking here... We've got the fence be built. I'm going to put a road in front of the... And that was it. I'm going to put a road in front of the fence out here. And then... What I would... Is there a fence there? No, there's not a fence there. Let me just... I put a fence in here. No, I didn't. Okay. And then I think we're going to put another apiary. Put an apiary. We've got to put an apiary there. So I put an apiary about there. And then I'm going to put another field. Can I drag? It'd be great if I could drag the... Oh, it's not going to let me, is it? We can put a field in like this. And we're going to put a field there with the apiary just butting into the field there. And then we'll put another fence there. It's not going to stop the creatures getting in here, but once the palisade is finished, I'm hoping that we can shut them out and get things done. Going to check my compost heap. Up to you. Is my healer... Okay. I'm wondering... How difficult to tell the range of the healer, isn't it? I'm thinking that maybe we need to put another healer in, but again, healers cost money. So the healer costs 20 a month. I just feel that we need a rat catcher or something. I want to try and improve the standing in here. That's really starting to annoy me. You're attacked by predators, but we're getting a lot of predator attacks here. This is a bear, so we're... And we lost another villager. I'm not sure where this bear is coming from. It's almost like they're able to get through the palisade and the open gates and just attack. But then I think once we get to the next level, if we look at, is it the healer? Okay, game, you want it over there, I'll take it. So we can upgrade this to a hospital once we've got there, but we need planks, 500 gold and 50 bricks. Maybe if we get another trader, we'll buy some bricks. That might work. Food's a little bit low. Got plenty of smoked stuff. Got bread and grain, and of course we've got no cattle. We lost 2 villagers to a predator, but we did get the bear. Maybe we got to kill them. I'm starting to wonder. We got this here, and we've got this kind of area here. How much money have we got? 36.46. I'm thinking that what we need is maybe a tower about here to deal with the predators. And I think actually somebody said something about putting a palisade round it to provide extra defenses, so we'll give that a go as well. It's not something that I would normally consider, but we'll give it a go. And we'll create a kind of fortification there. Yeah, people wise, still going good. People are growing. Being a little dull. There's a theatre would certainly light things up, but theatre. Of course. Where did that come from? Oh, is that? Oh wow, that's pretty cool looking. So we got quite a big town hall here now. Oh. Yeah, I think we'll make that thumbnail. I'm quite like that. Right, so what we need to do now is we've got to look at the amenities. So we got theatre. Wow, that would have quite a big impact if we could build that, but that may not. That's going to cost me 1,000 gold. Hub, not particularly that interested in that. Get rid of you. Healer's house. Now to upgrade, we need 50 bricks and 50 planks of wood. So we certainly want to upgrade that. Of course, the big one I want is I think it's under storage, is a Cooper. We're certainly going to need a Cooper. Oh, I moved that building, didn't I? Can we get that just in this corner here? Because we can get people building, and I think what we will do is we've got the money, haven't we? If we put a rat catcher here, I must admit I'm a bit disappointed with the radius here. It's almost like the game's got a default radius, but I think something like a rat catcher should really have a say about at least another 50% bigger, because otherwise, if you think about it, you're going to have to put loads and loads of, if there's a rat infestation in a domestic area, you're going to get all sorts of people kind of knocking around here. So we've now got a Cooper. Now the Cooper will make barrels, and if we get barrels, I think the barrels will increases the spoilage reduction by 5% per barrel. So you get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 in that storehouse. I don't think these don't have it, is it? And what's the root cellars? Let's just find a root cellar. The root cellars are even better. You got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So if you get 10 barrels inside of a root cellar, what you'll be able to do is reduce the spoilage by about 50%. Oops. So the Cooper is the major thing. I think the only problem with a Cooper is that where is it? Storage. So we need to produce iron, which then brings us to the next priority, which is going to be producing iron. And I want to plan it up here, but I don't want to get into too much planning because I'm aware that time is pushing on. Food production, what we've got here is a cheesemaker and a preservist. The preservist needs bricks. Now, preservist is another key element into getting plenty of our food done. And I think we've got this here. So part of me says preservist down here, because eventually we're going to have another arborist out here. But because I don't want to concentrate everything in there. We got people over there. So we're going to put that in there, but And I think we're just going to let this get, we're not going to just pause that for the moment. So we're going to get a preservist there. So what else does the preservist need? Let me just check. Wires there. It needs glassware. Haha. Okay. That's going to stay on pause for quite some time because glassware is we're gonna need to make, and I'm not sure if we can actually make that. So what we got here, we need a furniture workshop, a brewery, foundry, blacksmith's forge, brickyard, and a glass maker. Now you can see here, to build the glass maker, the foundry, and the blacksmith all need the heavy metals. So I think just to finish this video off, we're just going to put in the where I was planning on putting in the foundry and the blacksmith, because I think this would be a good place. I don't think it's going to affect the, so we're going to put you about there, and that's the, what did I put in? Foundry. We need the foundry to smelt the iron and gold, and then we need a blacksmith to make weapons and tools. And if we put the blacksmith, I'm going to put it down there a little bit that way. We got blacksmith in there. Now what I am, oh, I'd like to put a road. What are these? These are, we're going to cull these for wood. Somebody did actually say that when I put these trees in over here, what I should have done is put in the fruit trees. I think what I might do is just put some fruit trees in. There's the arborist. What's the vault? Sorry. Where did my arborist go? I think we're going to put some. I like apple trees. So we're just going to put some apple trees over there just to see if we can improve the irrigation, because I'm a little bit worried about the density of the water. At what we could do. No, I just like those trees there anyway, so. We got quite a lot to catch up with, guys. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I will do off camera is play through the winter again, and we'll pick up in the spring. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.